This is purgatory. Pure darkness. No sun, no light, no stars. This is Steve. We don't know why he's here, but we know he'll come back again and again. As if he gets reincarnated somewhere else, dies, then meets us back here. Now I know I said there wasn't any light, but let's turn them on to see our friend a bit better. There we go. So, what did you bring back this time, Steve? Not much, huh? Short-lived, like many others. Didn't even make it to 2 weeks. Well, hey, not to worry. Whenever you're ready, you can try again and live once more. Go on, there's the door that leads you into your new world. No, you know you can't take anything with you from your previous life. You have to start fresh. But what you do with that time is up to you. Now go, if you're ready, but remember, you will only be alive for 2 weeks. How peaceful, this world. A beautiful place to live in. And there he is, our friend Steve. He doesn't know it now, but he doesn't remember his past lives. This is his day 1 on this world, and unfortunately, even though I told him just a minute ago, he doesn't know that he'll only get to live for 2 weeks. But 2 weeks for us is about 1,000 days for him. But even then, that's still a short amount of time. But hey, I don't make the rules. Steve's whole purpose, his soul, the place where his drive, motivation, and creativity come from, whatever controls him, seems to give up on him after about 2 weeks. Then he dies. Steve has lived 1,000 lives and doesn't remember a single one. Sometimes those lives will only last a day. Sometimes, if he is very careful, healthy, and everything ends up going the right way, he would live up to 3 weeks. A rare 3-week phase, perhaps. But the outcome is always the same. He will die. And his world gone along with him. The last thing he can grasp on are his memories, his choices, regrets, and achievements. Sometimes he likes to show them to us in purgatory. But even those would disappear when he ventures out into a new world. Very ambitious, full of wonder and motivation to create. That's what Steve feels when he cuts down his first tree. The first day always looks the same for him. Punches down a tree, crafts a crafting table, then an axe, a pickaxe, ventures out for food, then sleeps. Next day he'll mine some iron, start a farm, and goes out further to find the perfect place to build his first home. Perhaps his only home in this world. Sometimes he travels far, and sometimes he travels so far he becomes overwhelmed of the thought of how big the world is and how small he is. But most of the time he doesn't really think about that. He finds the perfect place, whether it's off the side of a mountain, by a river, or in a valley. And he doesn't really think about how long that took him, but one night he will, and his ambitions start to fade. He starts doubting his goals. He stays stuck, trapped in his own thoughts. And right when he gets the motivation to start something new again, he dies. His time runs out. Ah, Steve, good to see you again. How was your life? Did you live it to your full potential? What's wrong? You wish you could have done more? Yeah, that's often the dilemma we run into. If only I had more time. If only I started sooner. But hey, there's that door again. Whenever you're ready, go start a new world and live it to its full potential this time. But remember, you only have 2 weeks. So there he is, First tree, first table, first iron pickaxe. Oh wow, a diamond one too. You found the perfect spot and you're building your starter home. Hey, you're actually working on more builds. Good job on chasing your goals, man. Look at all of that. You kept up with time and you're happy, right? Hello? Steve? Ah, man. That was it, huh? Just barely 2 weeks. But hey, were you happy during those 2 weeks? Do you think you made the most out of the time you had? Yeah, you still wish you had more time. But you had fun, right? You didn't really feel rushed. Everything was balanced out just for you to have a good time. You made a lot of memories though. Let's see them. Wow, look at all those trees. All the stone, the diamonds even, and a vast array of blocks. 1 enchanting table, 3 wither skulls, a beacon, and an egg. Did you have a good 2-week phase? Did you have fun? I like you, Steve. You played the game well. And to the player, you played the game well too. You see that oak log right there? Yeah, that one. For Steve, that was just a tree for him. But that tree was a stepping stone in the right direction, in the direction of his life. We take many steps in life, as if we too are deep in the dream of a game. And we will never know when our 2-week phase will be over. 2 weeks from now is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and that cloud looms over us, always. But we've learned to dismiss it, to forget about it, sometimes believing the not so guaranteed idea that we have all the time in the world. And what do we end up doing with that time? Do we waste it? That's actually not the worst thing. We often live our lives suppressing our true passions in life, our goals. Perhaps we're afraid of failure. We tell ourselves that we'll begin tomorrow. But remember, tomorrow isn't guaranteed either. And that's not to make you feel dreadful or hopeless. But it's to ask you a question. Would you be content with the memories you've collected, the blocks that you've mined, the good mornings you've had, walks in the park, the workouts, the goals you've achieved, the certificates, the degrees, the relationships, the delicious meals, the holidays, the greatest things you've experienced only once? That's really what these blocks represent. They're not merely items in a game. Let's visualize this a little bit more for you. Here's your last birthday. Do you remember what you did? What about the one before then? What about your 5th birthday? 9th? 13th? 18th? If you're watching this video, you're around 25 years old, and this is how many years you're expected to live. Say nothing tragic happens to you. Here's how many weeks you'll live through, all filled with mornings, sunsets, conversations, or reflection. How many cars might you own? How many Halloweens will you live through? The ones you dressed up on are most likely long in the past. What about when Christmas felt magical? Here's all the books you're expected to finish in your lifetime. Or that one book you're waiting for the right time to start. Do you remember your first pet? You probably remember the darkest hours too. But in reality, you'll only remember a small number of meaningful moments in your life when you're asked to list them all out. Perhaps experiences you've only lived once will be the first ones you throw out. Your first job, when you graduated high school or college. The first time you played Minecraft? At a certain point, you'll have an urge to collect as many meaningful moments as possible. Hell, you might be getting that feeling right now. But oftentimes, once you start actually living those moments, they may not even live up to your expectations. Life is rather ironic in that way. Now, perhaps adopting the spirit that you do only have 2 weeks left will allow you to appreciate your daily decisions a bit more. It might make you decide what to do with more meaning, as if you are living in the moment and not constantly chasing them. So if playing a game once a year makes you happy, even if it's just for 2 weeks, then it doesn't matter how many 2-week phases you've collected. Play through your phase, then move on to the next thing that calls you. Then, perhaps, at the end of the game of games, when you're in purgatory or nearing it, you can hold on to those moments. Show them off one last time. Remember one last time until you ascend into another new world. Things end. They always have, and they always will. Whether it's in 2 weeks or in 2 million years. This video's about to end, so have fun and don't worry so much about things ending. Try your best to live in the moment. And now to leave you with the ending of Minecraft's own end poem. And the player started to breathe faster and deeper, and it realized it was alive. It was alive. Those 1,000 deaths had not been real. The player was alive. You are alive. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the sunlight that came through shuffling leaves of the summer trees. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the light that fell from the crisp night sky of winter, where a fleck of light in the corner of the player's eye might be a star 1,000,000 times as massive as the sun, boiling its planets to plasma in order to be visible for a moment to the player, walking home at the far side of the universe, suddenly smelling food, almost at the familiar door, about to dream again. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the zeros and ones, through the electricity of the world, through the scrolling words at the end of a dream. And the universe said, I love you. You have played the game well. Everything you need is within you. You are stronger than you know. You are the daylight. You are the night. The darkness you fight is within you. The light you seek is within you. You are not alone. You are not separate from every other thing. You are the universe tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. I love you because you are love. And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream, and the player began a new dream, and the player dreamed again, dreamed better, and the player was the universe, and the player was love. You are the player. Wake up.